Welcome, inspired podcast community, to a new episode of this inspiring podcast. My name is Caroline, and today I have the honor and pleasure to welcome Martina Graef. Yes, as my
Yes.
interview guest. And I would like to talk about how we met. We met 2 years ago as PGI Consultants. We had an incredible Christmas party online because in-person events were not popular at that time. Yeah, it was incredible. It was, new experiences, and we worked together. Also, I remember this workshop. I booked your workshop. It was about the intuitive soul business. Indeed, this
Yeah.
is the title. I remember this was, when was it? Yeah, last year in June. Last year in June, yeah. So we had several encounters. I was very inspired by you and leading as an example. Yes. And I would like you to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to be here. Thank you. It's I have today I have a German speaking day, it's hard to transition into English, but I'm trying. I try to do my best. Well, I'm Martina Graef. I also know myself as Tina Great, and I was inspired by you and your name change. Maybe I'm gonna go for like an artist name or something like that, because like my inner goddess says, you are Tina Great. So I can introduce myself and I will say I'm great, Tina Great. I like that a lot. Well, what am I doing? I work with embodied liberation, and I would say maybe I'm a sexual wealth coach. That would describe what I do now the best. I'm transitioning from mindset, spiritual stuff, thinking it results, into a new realm, which is pleasure, embodiment, um, growth. So I work with sexual energy, with embodiment, um, embodied liberation tools. And that's pretty profound and kind of different from thinking into results, which I did before. Yeah.
Yeah, can one say loving into results in a wider sense?
I would say pleasure yourself to success.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Did you create this slogan? Oh,
Um, no, I think I borrowed it, but the realm, the community in which I feel myself very at home. I think it's a very frequently used term, actually. So I'm not gonna claim it as my own. Yeah.
no, I like playing with words, and we both have the German and English language in common, so we translate a lot, maybe for our clients as well, and finding the right words that resonates. And this is why I ask. I love the word pleasure so much, and when you translate it forth and back, and then you can play with the words and it resonates with our souls. So thank you so much. My first question, what about this? What
Let's
inspires
go.
you?
What inspires me? I'm very inspired by people that have the ability to openly mm, feel and live their pain bodies. I'm very inspired by vulnerability and speaking truth on a very deep level.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
Speaking truth on a deep level, that is what inspires you. And how do you recognize when when this is the case?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. I think that you feel that on a bodily embodied level when maybe your heart is opening, when something inside of you opens. You recognize that. I mean, I when I work with the body mind, as we call it, I, this cat is cute in the background.
Oh,
Yeah, and this is also a thing, you know, when you see cute kittens, something inside of you is melting or opening, or you feel this sense of spaciousness, of expansion. I think that's what's happening inside of my body mind when I'm inspired in this kind of way.
yeah, thank you so much for sharing this. I have one expression for that. Maybe it makes my heart sing. Oh,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
heart.
I mean, you relate to that. I mean, what I've, you know, what I've recognized in the last 1.5 years when I made the transition from working with mindset into working with the body mind is actually that when people go very deep into their shadow self, lost selves, and they do that publicly, so one can relate to that. There is some kind of connection that I feel that really inspires me to go deep as well, to feel all of it. And I think many people want to feel more alive and feel more liveliness, and I think that's the key, to go into the deep, to go into the darkness, into the shadow selves. And yeah, that's what inspires me a lot.
Oh, I just saw a TikTok about this where a woman says people vibrating at a very high frequency are the ones who were in a really deep valley. So I call it valley, yeah, but you know what I mean, the law of rhythm here. Yeah, this is what you described. So thank you very much. And my next question you already answered, I think, by a little bit, but I thought in a different direction when I asked who inspires you, and you were talking about people opening up, but I thought of naming people, who inspires you.
Oh, maybe the one that most of the listeners and viewers know would be Brene Brown.
Hmm.
And she talks a lot about vulnerability, actually. Um, I'm very much inspired by my teacher, Leila Martin. She is like, how can I call her? She's like a sex witch. We call ourselves sex witches, and she is more like a high priestess kind of woman. She's very wise for her age. She's much younger than I am, and she has so much wisdom around tantra and Taoism and somatic work. And she is very evolved because she did so much shadow work in her life. And in this community, there are several other people that I really love to follow, which is like Emily Fletcher. She is I think she's one of her best friends, Leila Martin's best friends, and also Mama Jenna, Regina Thomas Hauer. She wrote the fantastic book Pussy Reclamation. So please, everybody, read that book, whatever gender you identify with. But this is a huge book especially for women or people with yoni owners, as we call them, or pussy owners. Yeah, and they are very liberated people, liberated from a sexual point of view. But I feel like this kind of embodied liberation, it just flows into any realm of your being. And well, these are all females, of course, and who I really like to follow as well, and I'm really inspired by him, is Aubrey Marcus. He is also a very inspiring podcast that I like. Do you know any of the people I named?
But this is the beautiful thing about doing interviews. You get so inspired by new ideas, new names to look up, to follow. This will inspire
Totally.
many, many people. Thank you for
Yeah,
sharing.
I
And I
hope
know
so.
what you mean by opening up. When you open up one space, when you show yourself vulnerable, then the other spaces also open up. Like, we have those five, like health, money, relationship, friendship, and love, or what did I forget? And when, yeah, you talked about this, when you solved your, let's say you solved your sexuality problems you thought you had, then everything starts to flow. Let's say flow. It is just I'm not the expert. You are the expert, but this is what I understood.
Yeah, I think there's one thing I really would like to mention is that, you know, the 1977, that's the year I was born. That was the year when they changed the law in Germany. And before that time, women could, I mean, a man could prohibit a woman to have a bank account or find a work for herself. So, sexual suppression and wealth suppression, or growing in terms of finances, goes hand in hand for women.
Yeah,
So these two parts are very intertwined and interconnected for women. And I'm pretty sure today that you cannot solve your wealth problem without liberating your sexuality, and vice versa. So when you do both, you really tap into your deepest potential in a way.
that's true. Let's make it an example. I was born 1976, and my father was not he didn't agree that my mother worked after my birth. So she stayed at home, and she was sort like dependent, of course, dependent on him. So when you spoke, I would translate it into um, the female sexuality was owned by the man at that.
Definitely.
Yeah, and this conversation we have now was not possible at that time. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so thanks for giving me the platform to talk about that. That's very dear to my heart that I can do that.
Oh, of course, we will do it again and again. And now my third question is how you inspire others.
Well, I'm trying to, of course, do the same thing, opening up more and more. What keeps me from doing that all the way, like sharing my wounding, sharing my struggles, sharing my failures, is, of course, that we have so much shame around losing money or not feeling good enough, not being whatever, educated enough, and all that stuff. But for me, I really want to inspire women and men, of course, with by being showing up more vulnerable, by speaking my truth, but on a tender level. Yeah, really, we would say in Germany, by letting the pants down.
Yeah, letting the
Yeah,
pen.
so yeah, that sounds ridiculous in English.
A new expression for the English speaking community.
Yeah.
Because if you think about how many English words we adapted, and these are even no English words when you think about handy. We call mobile
Yes.
handy, and it's totally, it's just to sound English, you know.
Yeah. That's so
But
funny.
now, folks, now it's time to tell or show the truth. Show the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, show the
Oh,
cat.
is a cat fight going on? Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm trying to inspire by being true, being, yeah, showing all that I am, not just the perfect, whatever perfect means, but trying to be perfect. You know, that what you see on social, showing things, showcasing maybe even. Um, I'm trying to be more myself, and I struggle with that at times. Yeah, but I think that's the way. That's the way I want to do that. And of course, I in my work, I only do one-on-one coaching and online courses. I don't do any groups at the moment. Um, I'm not inspiring, but when I work with people one-on-one, it's really, I'm the space holder. I'm like the guide, but I'm not a mentor kind of coach. It's, I really want to help people find their own truth, tap into their own wisdom, and I know that the answer is already there. So I'm just trying to help my clients to connect the dots themselves. And with my work and with the inspiration I put out on social and stuff like that, I'm trying to help people find their own way, tapping into their strength and liberating themselves, and to have fun with it as well.
Oh, I love that. Sounds
Yeah.
like helping a butterfly to come out, to reveal.
Well, I'm actually that's not what I'm doing. It's actually the opposite, because when you help a butterfly to unfold, you might break it. So the only thing is that I'm the witness. Maybe I have some wise words. You will make it. But yeah, the unfolding has to happen by the person or the butterfly, or both.
Oh, that's the best metaphor I heard. I love this an analogy. I love this so much. Wow. This image you created in my mind now about that. This is very inspiring. Wow. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. You talked already about what your offers are. You take only, it's not only one-on-one clients. You don't do groups now or for that. But I want to ask a little bit about your recent services and if you have a special offer for the inspired community.
Yes. So I am doing, well, I should have translated that, but we have we have these 12 nights between Christmas and January 3rd. In German, it's called Rauhnächte. What is it called? Do you have is
Yes,
there a name for that?
I
I
will
think it's
find
just,
it in we are very spontaneous here. Oh,
so
what is
I made a little online course, and it's called 12 Nights of Pleasure. And we have 12 rituals for each day. And they bring you to closer to what you really desire. And we activate, it's for people with yoni, people with pussy. We activate the yoni with abundance and freedom. So this is actually what I talked about, that there is so much suppression sitting even in the fiber of our body. And to tap into this liberation, to tap into this fullness, we can work with this body part, and that's what we do in 12 Nights of Pleasure, and just discharge and release all the blockages that are there. So women will be able to allow themselves to really receive the pleasure, receive the money, receive and or create freedom in their lives. And we do that with pleasure practices and rituals for abundance. And it's actually a combination from ancient mystical practices combined with modern somatic methodologies.
Wow.
Yeah, and of course I have an offer. So if the audience, if the listeners would like to do that and to book that, you get 15% off if you just type in the code CARO23, because we start 23.
Yes, wow, that sounds awesome. Thank you so much for the offer and also for describing what people can expect. But I'm sure the expectations got exceeded and surpassed, and you will deliver in an awesome way as always. I like this so much, your teachings. And I didn't find the translation for Rauhnächte, but it's related to the special time between Christmas and the New Year, and special nights, sacred nights, and it's an old ritual, and you combine it with new methods. That is really amazing. So, folks,
Yeah.
please sign up with Martina, get in touch, whether with me or Martina. I connect you to her, and then yeah, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
And for anybody who would like to work one-on-one with me, I have a little form, an application form, just to know if it is a fit. Just type in that you listen to the podcast, and I'll give you a special something as well for that.
Oh, what a gift. This is so generous. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to talk to you. I would ask you if you have to add something. Maybe there's something else you want to share before we part?
Yes, I actually would like to share something. I'm also very inspired by you, actually, Caro. Yeah, the way, I mean, I talk and work a lot with embodied liberation, and that's what you are. You are you're just walking and talking your truth, your highest truth, and yeah, changing your name, going to the States, leaving so much behind. This is very inspiring, and I really celebrate you for that. I really want to take the time to celebrate yeah, the inspiration you have for me through all that, what you do in your life. And I'm really very grateful that you are in my life, and that we connected and we do that again and again. And yeah, thank you so much for that.
Oh, I thank you. This was so cute. Thank you for enlisting this all, because I forget sometimes, of course, why I am here. What am I doing? Sometimes you get lost and think, where am I? But I am exactly right where I'm supposed to be, and so are you. So I want to thank you deeply for our friendship. It is 2 years now, 2 years, and we will continue with that. And we will do
Yeah.
great things in 2024. Or,
Yeah.
of course.
Yes.
Thank you
I'm
so much.
looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. Let's create. And see you next time in the next episode.
Yes.
Bye.
And all the best to the listeners. Have a great holiday season. Best of luck. Just make the best out of it. And you are really worth liberating yourself. Thank you so much.
Bye.